Hey, you guys. I had a little bit of technical difficulty, but I think I overcame it. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to pull up Picmonkey in a bunch of spots here. I'm excited to do this type of call just because, one, I love Picmonkey. I'm no expert, but I do know a lot about how it works. And so I know that I can help answer any questions you have. But making sure everything's working. And I got to open up the chat box so I can see. Once I go full screen, I'm not going to be able to see the chat box. So if you do have questions, put them in the chat box. And then I'll answer them at the end or, anything like that. But before I start, I want to first let you know, StrongHER United, you guys are incredible. No matter what day I'm having, I can hop on into the COO, onto my Facebook. I watched your guys' posts, sharing your stories. Allie, you've been sharing stories that I know are super scary, but also incredibly beautiful. And I know that you're touching so many lives. And that goes for all of you. The points on the board, I see them as lives being changed, and I'm making a post today about it. You guys are incredible. So no matter what day I'm having, no matter how crazy life gets, you guys uplift and inspire me. And I hope I am giving that right back to you, because it's honestly incredible, and I'm so grateful for you, and I love you guys so much. Congratulations to our new Diamond, Jacqueline. Congratulations to our Success Club 5 All-Star, Stacy. I mean, y'all are just on fire, and it's so cool to see everything happening. And I know that there's more diamonds on the way, which is even more exciting. It's lives change, it's families change, it's futures getting brighter, and so that excites me. And so today is a call about mastering Picmonkey. I'm kind of just going to go through, screen share, kind of show you things that I do that have been helpful as I make eye-catching graphics. Some of them, y'all, I've figured out just by accident, just by playing around. So something that I do encourage you to do after this call, during this call, is to sit down and really play around with it. And don't be scared to try different things. Don't be scared to look at other pictures for inspiration to recreate. That's exactly what I do. And as I do that, I get better, and then my eye gets better. So I start to see things everywhere. Literally, I'm watching a commercial and I see things, and I'm like, oh, I want to recreate that. Or I see a sponsored ad from somebody else, and I screenshot it and save it so I can recreate it. But you start to see what works out there, and then you're able to apply it to your business and to your pictures. So that being said, when I first got Picmonkey, I had I had it for free for over a year, and I did fine with it. I prefer the paid version now for reasons I'll share later, but you can do the free version and be just fine. What I did, and what I still do, in fact, after this call, I'm gonna hop on and grab some fonts, is grab some free fonts. I'm gonna put it in the chat box, and then I'll also put it on our team call page, and even there's a file as well in our team page that has where I get free fonts from. But I absolutely love these fonts. And I go there, set aside some time when you're done with your work, because you'll get sucked into it. So you don't want to do it. For some reason, my message isn't sending, but hopefully everything else is working. You don't want to do it when your work isn't done, because you'll get sucked in for sure. And you don't want to not feel accomplished and have everything done that you need, right? So make sure that you're done, and you set, maybe it's like creative time late at night when the kids are in bed, or while you're doing some Netflix binging, set aside some time to get some fonts. Once you download them, you got to download them to your computer. Then you have to close out your browser, and once you open up your browser again and open up Picmonkey, they'll all be there, and I'll show you where. So I have my notes. The first thing I want to, let me pull them up on my phone, go over is how you can erase background. This is something that I do all the time when I am creating pictures, creating welcomes, creating ads. I use it all the time, but I want to show you what I do to save time. Once I do erase them, I like to put a transparent background so that I can use them over and over again, and I'm not constantly erasing backgrounds for pictures that I'm going to use over and over again, because it is really time consuming. And trust me, you do not want to be doing it every single time that you sit down to do this. So let me go ahead and screen share. Make sure I pull this up. And my chat isn't working, so if something's going down, add it into the event page and I'll see it. So let me go ahead and screen share. Okay, so you can see this, right? Let me make sure. Want to make sure you guys can see my screen. I'm not seeing it. Want to make sure. Let me make sure this is right, y'all. It is black, and I'm trying to figure out why. Okay, let me try one more. Darn, I didn't want any technical difficulties. It's still black, you guys? I can't. Well, shoot. Okay, let me try one more thing first, guys. Okay, can you see it now? I know it's just going crazy, but I want to make sure you see my screen. I think I can see it. So, okay. So now we'll continue. My goodness. So first I said we're going to go over erasing background. So say a picture like this one right here, where I've got one that's faded, one that's been erased. So I'll pull that up so we can kind of see how I do that. So what I do is I'll start with, we'll just say a 4x6. Usually I'll, if I already have dimensions that I like, then I'll put them in. You can resize here. You can, if you keep the proportions, then no matter what you do over here, it'll keep the same proportions, like the same size here. But if you don't want to, you can do this and change it up to whatever you need. So let's just do it 2000 by 1000, or if it's 1280 by 720, which is a YouTube thumbnail size. So we'll do that. So you'll get your picture over here by pushing this little butterfly icon. And you'll push your own and grab a picture. Let's just say this one. You'll get it to the size that you want. And this box right here is your best friend. This is where you can fade it. And then there's other things that you can do with the blend modes that I'll show you later with text. But eraser is up here. So you have basic and you have eraser. And you'll want to make the size, you know, whatever size you want to make it. I try, usually in the beginning, I make it pretty big so I can just get rid of the nonsense. So this is what we're doing here. When I get to closer to the edges, you want to lower the eraser hardness so that way you're not taking off too much. And you'll see as I go, see how it's kind of faded, so it's like it's not so edgy like this part was. So that way I can get in closer. And another way to get in closer, down here, it's hard to see, but there's a zoom. So you click on that and you can zoom in and move this around to get it to where you want to be. And say I wanted to get in super close because I really wanted to attack, really wanted to get in here where it's like there's hair, there's like a little bit of space, and I really want to see and really get close to the edge. So I'll show you how it looks. I'm gonna be able to get really close to the edge because I zoomed in, and I'll show you how awesome it looks when you do that. So you get all the way down. Then when you zoom out, like look how clean it looks. So it's good to zoom in and get it. So say for instance, by accident, you like zoom in and you like accidentally take off part of your arm. Go up here to the paintbrush and you can go back in and put back what needs to be put back. So don't worry about, you don't have to undo it. You don't have to do anything like that. Just go back into the paintbrush and put back what you accidentally took out so that you can, you know, keep the picture clean and looking nice. So, so when I do this, let's just say I've already kind of erased everything and it's all nice and clean. What I'll do to keep it forever is I'll go to Canvas. I'll go back to this crop looking icon and I will click Canvas color. And this checkbox right here, a transparent canvas, is what you'll want to click. And once that's done, you will be able to save it. And you'll see that it has no background. So see the erase part right here has no background. And once I save it, I can use it over and over again. Say it's a picture that I've taken and I love, and I know that I want to use it for ads, for recognition, for whatever it is. I'm going to save it with the transparent background, which is again right here, canvas color, which is automatically turns white when you click that button. But you'll check this box, transparent canvas, and it's now transparent. And then once you say have that done already, then you'll go back. Let me show you what mine look like. So it's already done. And see how it's transparent already? So it's good to go. Like I never have to erase it anymore because I did it one time, put the transparent background, and it's done. Now to get the faded look like I did, I would just fade it. I do this with, you know, pictures of families when I'm doing recognition or doing a welcome picture, because I kind of like the look of, you know, having that in the background. And then if I want to put a different picture on top, that's already got the background erased. You can see all the pictures I have of background erased already. This is small, so it looks pigmented. But I would put it next to it to give it that contrast and play around with that. So that's how I do, you know, the faded picture that I showed you here with the heart. The heart, hustle and heart will set you apart. Now, next I want to go over, if you're doing ads, how to kind of avoid the ad, I call them the text police, the ad text police, because they are really strict about only having 20% of your picture be text. But there's a secret juju way to get around that. So I'm going to put random picture up like I'm doing an ad. And I'll show you. So say I want to put a picture or some text on there, which, by the way, when I said you download your own fonts and it shows up once you close out the browser and download them to your computer, this is where you'll find them. So this is Picmonkey's text. And when you pay for it, you also get the ones that have the crown. And then you can also download your own, and it's right here under this tab called Yours. So this is all the text that I have downloaded or that came with my computer, but most of them are ones that I've downloaded myself and looked up myself. So I have a bunch that I can work with, and it's really unlimited the amount you can get. Sometimes I just go in there and search calligraphy or handwriting or block or, you know, old style, whatever I'm looking for at that time. You can literally just search it and you'll find tons. But like I said, set aside time because it's time consuming. So I'll just pick a random one and I'll put Hustle and Heart. Hustle and Heart would set you apart. So say I don't know, there's two different ways that I do this. One way is if I don't know exactly where I want my font, I will create this. I'll create the entire ad, get everything set, place everything where I want it to be. And then what I'll do, say I want it here and I know how big I want it. Maybe there's another picture over here. I'll set it. I'll set it, but then what I'll do is I'll go in here and I'll crop. And I'm going to crop it out exactly how it is, exactly the way it is, the size, the color, everything. I'll crop it. I'll take it. You can put it on transparent background if you want to, but I'll show you, and then you'll save it, and it'll be transparent background your pictures. And I'll show you why. Because like I said, they do the 20% of your ad can only be text, and that's kind of annoying because sometimes you need to say a lot more, or you want your pictures bigger or your text bigger. So after I do that and I save it, it'll come back like this. I just push the undo to get everything back how I want it. I'll delete that text, and then I'll go pick up the text that I had saved, which obviously not that one, but I have some other ones. So say this one that I already made, and I have it saved, and I know that now it's an overlay, guys. So that's the difference. So instead of it being text that I'm typing on there, which Facebook will recognize as text, it's now an overlay that I got from the overlay section and downloaded as my own. So that's how you get around the text ad police, is that you create it and make it an overlay. And so something that I just did to make this clear, because I didn't download this one as transparent background, is this blend mode right here. So when I added it to the picture, sorry, it was normal. So it's going to be like this. It's going to be white and it's going to cover up everything. That's not what you want, right? You want it to be transparent. So if you go over to the blend mode, you can change it to different things. You can do add, which kind of makes it a transparent-ish overlay depending on what you're looking for, and I could fade it if I wanted to. But I usually do darken because that's what makes it transparent on white. And you'll add it to this. So that's how you can change it up. But again, you can change it. I mean, you can make it different, so it's even different crazy colors. But I usually do darken, or multiply works as well. It depends on the picture, the colors you got going on, but that's another thing that you can play around with. So anyway, darken, add it as an overlay. You avoid the ad text police. That goes for anything. I have a bunch like that are huge. Let's see, I use this one, application set until Monday, fitness coaches needed. That's an old one I don't use anymore, but I use a bunch of things as well. So this one is something that I pulled off of Pinterest. So that's something you can do too. It has to be black and white if you're gonna do the darken, or else the colors show up crazy. But if you do this, then you can also change the colors here. See how I'm moving around? So I said this will be your best friend. So you can move this around and it changes the colors of the black and white text. And this is something, again, I picked up off of Picmonkey, and now I can add it to my pictures. And what I wanted to show you as well, next up, is how you can do glitter text. I've been kind of obsessed with glitter text because of our colors, obviously gold, black, and white, and was wondering how I can, you know, create glitter text without obviously the glitter option, which I hope they add. Picmonkey, take note of that. Add some glitter text options, but I figured out a way to do that. It's going to take black and white text, whether it's this or adding your own. I'm going to move this over and add my own text as well, that I'll show you. I can show you both ways. That works both ways. So today is the day, today is the day. What you'll do is go back to your overlay, and sorry, I'm gonna have to do a couple steps here to get to where I need to go. And find the gold overlay that you would like to add. Put it right over here, go back to your best friend, little box over here. Didn't mean to make it that big. And go down to lighten. And now your black and white is now this pretty glittery gold. And what you'll do, you guys, what happens though is when you're doing this to the text, if you have anything else going on like a picture, it will also cover the picture. So what I like to do is make sure I know where my text is, where I want it to be. Say it's on top, maybe I want it on top of the picture, it's someone's name, or I'm saying congratulations and I want it above. Here's a trick that you'll do. You will get the gold where it needs to be. And then you're going to want to go up to this button right here and click Combine All Elements. And what this does is, depending on how many overlays you have, it really doesn't matter. It's going to combine them and make it one picture. So that way, if you come back and you put, say, a heart on here, it's not going to, and you, what's the word I'm looking for? It's now a complete picture. It's like, it's almost like you started with a blank slate or a picture that you just uploaded and you're editing. It combines all the layers so that they no longer move. You don't have to worry about accidentally clicking a layer. And that's something that I do. Like, say if I add a background and I really don't want it to move, and here, I'll show you what'll happen. So say you have this and you add this background, right? And now you want to add text. Let me show you how annoying this can get. I'm sure so many of you have dealt with it. You add text. Then you go away from it. And now you're trying to get this text, and it's like not the easiest to get, and it's really annoying. I should make it smaller. See how I'm trying to get this text and it keeps clicking on the overlay? So instead of dealing with that, and as you're trying to get this picture done for recognition or just to get yourself accomplished and done for the day, you can, again, see how it's like over top of this? Again, combine all elements, and now it can't be clicked on. See how I'm clicking on it? Can't be clicked on. You add your text, you add whatever you need, and you won't have to worry about grabbing onto the overlay or anything else that's there. And that helps. Like, if you already know where you want the pictures, where you want everything to be, it helps to really have your overlays combined, your background combined. Especially doing like Success Club recognition, it's a pain in the butt if you're trying to get all these little names put on there and you keep grabbing the overlay. So I always combine everything and get everything set where I want. That being said, you can undo it. Like, if something happens and you want to move the overlay, just go to the undo, and it undoes it, undoes it, and you can move it around again. So it's not end all be all, but once you do keep going, you don't want to obviously push undo. But that's how you get everything set so that you can start playing with fonts and playing with different things and not keep grabbing everything. So next I want to go over did quotes, layers. Oh, we're like moving right along. Okay, so say you have a background. Maybe you're not ready to have the overlay be set because you're just working on some things. One way to grab the text without having to worry about grabbing the overlay is this a little bit bigger. Usually when it's bigger, it's sometimes easier to grab, so you could get lucky, like, you know, click on the actual text. But if for some reason you're trying to grab it and you keep grabbing the overlay, push Shift and then click the text, and it makes it a lot easier to grab the text. And this, I'm saying this is like if you have the overlay down and you're like not ready to have it be one layer, then you can push Shift and grab the text to move it around. Let me see, I'm gonna check and see if y'all are asking any questions here. No questions, okay, so I'll keep going. So one thing too, let me show you, one thing that I love about the paid version, let me do both ways, is that you just see with the different fonts, so I'll change the font. Is this little beauty that they added right here, the effects button. I know it seems so simple, but it's so helpful because it automatically adds the shadow, which you can't see right now. Hold on, let me do something bright. So it automatically adds the shadow, which I'll show you how to do it with the free version, but you'll see why it's so much more exciting to have it automatically added. But you can change the distance of it easily, the angle, goes all around the words or the letters, the fade of it, you know, everything, the intensity. I mean, it makes it so much easier. The blur, vertical blur, all the above. And you can change the way the shadow is as well. We'll put no shadow, and I'll show you back in the day before they added that, you would add this, you'd add another layer of text. Oh, sorry, let me show you what I just did because I kind of just ran over it. Say you have text that you want to, maybe it's the perfect size, the exact font you want, and you don't want to keep clicking back and forth, add text, right click and push duplicate text. This also goes for overlay. Right click and you'll find more options for you to use, whether it's send it backward, forward, bring it all the way to the front, but I usually use duplicate text and overlays the most. So back in the day, like I said, what you do is you create another overlay, you'd make it yellow, and then you have to go up here and place it and send it backward, and then you get your shadow and you move it around. But that used to get so annoying because what if you have to move the text and then you're like, ah, crap, now I gotta go back here and move this up, and then, you know, you're grabbing the overlay, and it was just time consuming, and we all know that time is gold. And so any time saver that I can find, I will use. But you can do it the free way like that, or you can do it with the paid version where it just is added quickly and effortlessly, and you save lots of time. So wanted to make sure that I showed you that. And I don't think there were any other questions, but I will show you, you know, some quick ways that I do things. Let me see. Let's make it all one and then change the canvas color. That's kind of the easiest way to start fresh. Okay, so let's see, some pictures I can recreate. Showed you how to do the text overlay for the ad police. To say I'm doing, like, I keep it simple, I'll just do like a welcome picture. How about that? I'll use a picture of me and little dude, maybe. Put us on there. I'll fade it. And also, I like to sometimes use an eraser just to blend it. kind of so it's not just a harsh line. So I'll get the soft hard like eraser, and I'll just kind of blend the picture so it's not like a hard, like there's a picture added onto there. And see how much better it kind of looks, like really blended if you put the eraser hardness all the way down, kind of just go over the edge when it's faded, it looks like that. And I'll usually have, I like to have a background, so you just choose a random background here. But what I'll do is I'll show you, instead of having it be underneath, send to back, like I showed you. I'll again blend it so that it's not covering up the picture and kind of making that awkward look. But I wanted it to have, you know, a background with it. I might even fade this. Like, you see, like, I'll just play around with it. Like, oh, maybe I like that better, and I'll leave it. Then I'll go and I'll make it combine all image elements so that these bad boys don't move. And then I usually go to geometric and have a picture. You know, add a picture. One thing that it is helpful too when you're trying to create eye-catching photos is when you add these elements like this to go behind a picture. I don't even know if I have. You click on this right here. You can make it any color, but you can also say you're wearing like a bright blue shirt and you want it to match. You click this button to get the color, and then you push the dropper, and you're able to go grab any color from your picture. So if you're wearing a pretty color shirt and you want it to be a part of the design you're making, that's how you would do it. You get the dropper, you click on it, and it now becomes your overlay's color. And that really does help draw people's eyes to your picture, because they're like, I don't know what happens. I mean, it does it to me. It's like when things are matching, it just draws you into it. So that's something that I like to do, is kind of match colors to the elements that are on my picture. So you'll do that, and then I'll add, I don't even know if I have one anywhere. We'll add no circles. So anyway, I guess that's a time for me to show you. Okay, so say you want to create a circle, make a picture a circle. You'll grab a picture, downloads, and you'll go right here to the frames, and it's under shape cutouts. And then you'll just move it to wherever you want. You can change the size of it to get it to grab the part of the picture that you want, and then see the transparent background like we did before, and it'll save as just that picture. It'll save as the same exact name that it is, but as a PNG image. So you can go right back in and grab it right here. And change the size to what you need it to be. So like I was saying before, if there's a color that you wanted to match, you can do that right here. Well, I guess I should do it before I move it. So say I wanted to match this orange right here. I try to pick the color that I like. And now it matches the picture. See how it kind of changed the dynamic of it a little bit? You kind of drawn to it a little bit more. It's not as bright, you know, as it could be, but that's how you would do it. And then I just add the text. So, you know, earlier I added the text overlay. Just say I did that again. I don't know how bright. So say it comes up like this, darken, and now it's an overlay, and now I can like add it to the picture, and you can fade the font so it kind of looks like, and you create, like I said, just get creative. You can do anything you want with this. doesn't show up too well, faded. But you can change the color of it and work with it. But I always play around with stuff. I'll add things like this, then I'll go back in and I'll go to the overlay and maybe I'll add some stripes. But I like to go to things like Tumblr or what's that? Like paid sites where you can get pictures and different, overlays and play around with them, like arrows and different hearts that Picmonkey might not have. So I can play around and really make it my own style, my own everything. But using this stuff like this, you can add stripes. Just you play around with it until it becomes a picture that you love. You don't want to spend too much time on it making it perfect, but as you continue to play around with it, you get better and better, and you start to notice what looks right, what doesn't, and you get quicker and quicker and quicker with it. But it doesn't happen until you start playing around with it. I think that's all I have right now. If there's anything that you have questions about, I can go over that now. Let me stop sharing. And I'll see what you guys are saying over here. You guys have any questions over what I went over? Hopefully you could see. It looks like it's blurry. That makes me sad, but hopefully you could kind of see what I was doing. Well, if you guys have any more questions, let me know, and I can always create like quick tutorials for you to kind of go over, or maybe if you have a picture that you want recreated, I can have a tutorial for that. I don't mind doing them. They're quick, and I like doing Picmonkey anything, so I wouldn't mind. Plus, I want to help you really master it because it's fun to work with. And it's easy to work with once you keep playing with it, and you'll only get better as you keep on doing it, just like with anything in this business. So I'm so proud of you guys. Thank you so much for hopping on and watching. I know it's long, so I'll have to like maybe find each area that I went over and just put the time slots for it so you can skip around to what you need. But I am so grateful for you. I love you guys so much. Continue to make this week amazing. It's a new Beachbody week. It's almost the weekend. Get those challenge group, use this to get those challenge group or coach invite posts ready to post on Sunday night. That's when most people are on, most of the market, most of our potential life-changing opportunities are, happen Sunday night. So get them ready. Practice, 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 and make your day amazing. All right, bye.